Hey everyone, I am TH Pine and welcome to Kingdom. What is Kingdom, you ask? I like to call it a Kingdom Builder Rogue-Lite Exploration Strategy game. It's gonna release on the 21st of October and this is what it looks like. So let's skip the tutorial and get right into the game. We are the Queen. You can be a king as well, it's randomized. So are the colors of your clothes. The game is very simple controls. You can go left and right, and you can press down to do stuff. You can use either the arrow keys or ASD to do so. Okay, so there we go. I collected some coins, and now we will spend 1 coin to light this fire and start our kingdom. So that's our kingdom. You do everything in this game with money. You will get used to it. For example, we hire those people, and now they will be part of our kingdom, and they will work for us. And we pay this guy to create us 2 bows with arrows. We pay 2 coins each, and those 2 workers will pick up those bows and will become archers, which is great because now they start hunting, which gives me money. If they kill rabbits, that gives money for some reason. As I said, this game, well, you will get used to it. The money is everywhere. Everything is about money. So let's go explore. Okay, we find a camp. That's good because that means we can get more people. But God damn it. Give them money so they become our citizens. There we go. So then we'll move back to our kingdom, or to our camp, I guess. And we'll become our citizens and we'll do stuff later for us. That's great. More people, cool. Let's give them money as well. And head back to the camp. So, yeah, very simple controls. The game is a roguelite, so we expect it to fail repeatedly. But it doesn't have any meta progression as some roguelites do. This doesn't. So every time you start from a fresh plate again. Let's actually get a few more bows. So we get a few more archers. So there's no meta progression. The idea behind the game is that you have to discover the game mechanics on your own. So you don't get more in-game stats or any bonuses or anything. Instead, you learn how the game works every time you play it. And every time you fail, you learn more and you get better. You discover new strategies. And well, that's the enjoyment the game wants to give you. At least that's what the developers are aiming for. So that means that I actually don't want to talk too much about the game mechanics, because that's the stuff you are supposed to figure out on your own, because that's where the enjoyment from the game is supposed to come from. So I will talk about a few mechanics a little bit here and there, but let's mainly actually focus on the fact if the game is actually well, giving you enjoyment while discovering how it works. So what is the goal of the game? Let's talk about that. Well, that's one of the things you have to discover, because the game doesn't tell you. Actually, the game doesn't tell you not much at all. The tutorial is less than 1 minute. It's how to get people, how to get tools, how to build stuff. That's it. So after that, the tutorial is over and you're on your own. As I said, the game doesn't tell you what the goal is. There is an end goal. You can win the game. I don't know the goal, but there is one, because I did not beat the game yet, so I don't know it. But there is one. So let's build some barricades. So I got a builder by getting a hammer, and he will start building stuff for me now. Everything costs money. There we go. Our archer is bringing us money from hunting. That's good as well. Do we want to get a second builder? Nah, one should be fine. Well, we have another citizen without tools, so let's get another bow for him. That sounds like a good idea. So it's getting nighttime now. Oops, sorry. It's getting nighttime now, which means it's getting dangerous, because in the night, or in the darkness actually, because if you're going in a deep forest as well, it's dark, enemies will come, and they will attack you and your people, and they're a pain in the ass, and you have to defend them off. There's one. Okay, so my barricade did not get finished, so he knocked my guy over and stole the hammer, but my archers finished him off, so the guy can pick up the hammer as well and finish his work. So that's a good start. And I guess on the left, I'm not sure if someone was there already or if they killed him already, I don't know, or nobody was there yet, but probably they killed him already, I guess. So you get attacked regularly, and at the morning of every day, you will get a treasure chest over here. There we go, there it is. And it gives you some money. So, but as I said, I don't want to talk too much about the game mechanics. So we'll just play a little bit, and during that, talk about if the game is enjoyable at discovering, or gives you enjoyment for discovering stuff. So the game doesn't hold your hand. That's a good requirement, obviously. So what else makes discovery enjoyable? In my opinion, it's good feedback. It's very important. If the player is tapping in the darkness, and doesn't have any information on what to do and no hints and doesn't give great feedback for Discovery, then Discovery is not enjoyable in my opinion. Those games are often referred as wiki games. Games like Terraria. Terraria is not a bad game, that's not what I'm saying, but the discovery in Terraria is actually quite annoying because you have to guess recipes and stuff like that, at least if I remember correctly. Sorry if I'm confusing it with some other games, but I think that's how it worked in Terraria. What that leads to is that some people will do the discovery, they will write down what they found out, and other people will just look it up on a wiki or on a YouTube video or a game guide or whatever. So that's not a good way to do discovery in my opinion. So a good way is to give clear feedback. So you see something, you understand why it happens, and you can figure out fairly easily how to manipulate what happens, for example. So I have to give those people money because they were running away, because they got attacked by the guys in the dark, which is bad. But let's just give them money and we're fine. Oh, there's a merchant. Okay, let's get the merchant. We pay the merchant some money and he will give us some goods. We get more people from this camp. And we probably should head back because this forest is pretty dark. You can cut down the trees, which will light up the forest and gives you money as well, so that's cool. So does this game give great feedback? I think it gives pretty good feedback. Some mechanics are not quite clear from just watching them, but most of them are. So a few things I still don't understand, even though I saw them multiple times. But for example, how much money do I get every morning from that chest? I have no idea what it depends on. It seems like, I don't think it's random, but I cannot make out what actually, well, what it depends on, as I said. So let's cut down some trees. And so yeah, but overall I think the game gives you great feedback. You don't have to guess any recipes for crafting or anything along those lines. So I think it does a good job at that so far. So yeah, I think the discovery is enjoyable. I enjoyed the game quite a bit so far. And that's cool, I think. Well, obviously, if I enjoy a game, I think that's cool. So yeah, I enjoyed the game so far. I like the art style quite a bit. The art style is pretty good. I'm not too big of a fan of pixel art, but if pixel art is done well, it looks good, and in this game it looks good. It's a little too pixely for my taste, like the people. A little too pixely in my opinion, but that's personal taste. Some people like it that way. I'm just not a fan of it, but that's... Oh, fuck! No! Don't get away from me. What I really like of the art style is the water. The water looks fantastic. I never saw that great, like, that good-looking water looking that good in a pixel art game, or in a 2D game in general. The water just looks fantastic. Oh, my horse is exhausted. Oh, he knocked. No. Ah, no, that's not good. Oh, no. I might actually... No, okay, my horse is running again. I lost a lot of money there, though, so that's not a great start. But they took the money and ran away, so they will not attack me this night, at least. So that's a plus, I guess. Still, they knocked all of my money out of me, which is bad. Yeah, the art style is great. The music is pretty good as well. It changes actually every day and night, I think. It's not like multiple tracks, and it doesn't repeat itself too much and stuff like that. There's one big issue I have. There's no setting menu. Like, you can turn off sound on and off, and you can go full screen, and you can change your language. I mean, you don't need key rebinding for this, right? Because it's 3 keys, and it's ASD or arrow keys, whatever you want. But actually, isn't ASD a problem on a French keyboard? I'm not 100% sure. That might actually be an issue, but I'm not sure. But resolution options, sound sliders, like sound sliders at all, preferably separate sound sliders for music and game sounds, would be great, but they're not here. So the setting menu is quite lacking. So that's probably my biggest complaint about the game. Because besides that, I like the game. So there are a few mechanics that are a little annoying from time to time. The horse is not super quick. Days can be very short, and if your kingdom expands too much, then that's quite annoying because you don't have enough time in one day to get from one side to the other. Well, kind of. But if you want to go exploring to the left or to the right, it's hard to do so because, yeah, you're pretty slow, especially when you're exhausted, or your horse is exhausted, I should say. But at the same time, I think that was kind of my issue in my last run, because I expanded too much, so my kingdom got too big. That's why I have so many people right now and do not expand, because I think expanding is actually kind of a problem if you do it too much in this game. So instead, I sit back and play it safe, get a lot of people, so I can actually defend myself and always have enough people around to do the stuff I want to do. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So that's why I have so many people. The game did not look like this when I played it for the first time. I played it very differently. So I learned a bunch of stuff already, and as I said, I enjoyed the experience of learning different strategies and learning what works and what doesn't. So many archers, all those archers against one rabbit. That's not fair. You should spread up and hunt some more, guys. The AI is a little, like, it's pretty random. I don't want to call it that. Well, it's not dumb because there's not too much logic behind it. It's just very simple. It just runs around kind of randomly. I don't think completely randomly. No, definitely not. It follows some goals, but it's very basic. And a lot of time you have all the archers standing in one place and stuff like that. So that's a little annoying. Anyway, you see how this game works in general. You upgrade stuff, you buy stuff, you build stuff. You can upgrade your thing here as well. We don't have the money for it. That will allow you to get more, get other tools, get farmers, for example. You can later get knights and stuff like that. I don't want to go too much into detail though, because as I said, I want you to discover it on your own. So yeah, I think I talked about everything I want to talk. I could talk more about mechanics, but as I said, I don't want to do that. So I'll actually wrap it up here. So I quite enjoy the game. If you do so as well, check it out. It's called Kingdom. It's going to release on the 21st of October. I will put the links to the store pages and stuff in the description below on the YouTube description. And yeah, I like it. I like it. I hope you do too. I hope you do like the video. That's actually, well, I hope you like the game as well, because I like it, but that's actually not important. But I'm rambling. Thanks for watching, have fun, and see you next time. Sorry.